Hey, what's up? Mark here from the Backpacking Gear Nut, and today we're going to talk about the ThermaRest NeoAir Xtherm NXT. Is it any good? Well, let's find out. So let me show you what you get. So there's a storage bag that it comes with that's a pretty thick material, and inside it you get the mat, and you get a pump sack, and you get a patch kit. I think it's cool that they send out the patch kit with it, so if you're ever out in the field and something goes wrong, you can fix it. So let's kind of look into the mat. First, I'm going to show you that it's got two different deniers. The bottom is a 70 denier. They made it extra tough so that it can really handle abrasion well. You can do night after night with this and not have to worry about its durability. Now the top of it is a 30 denier. They did that to shave some weight, and it feels a little nicer to the touch than the bottom does. So I think that's even more comfortable for when I'm sleeping on it. Now let me blow this mat up, and I'm going to use the pump sack. And there's something really neat about this pump sack that not everybody does. The connection is on the bottom corner. I like that because then when you blow it up, it sits right there on the side. So when you push down, it doesn't pop off the valve. I have other mats where it'll pop off the valve a lot just because they put it right on the bottom, and as you're pushing down, it will separate it. So that was an excellent design, and I like the fact that their pump sack is reasonably weighted. It's not way too heavy. The mat has the valve that you're used to. It's their wing lock valve, where one spot it will only let air in, and then the other way, it'll let air out. Works pretty well. It's not the fastest as far as evacuating air from here, but I actually don't think it's the valve that's causing the problem. I think it's because of the design. Essentially, all of the baffles in it have these triangle patterns in it like this that really holds the air. It's what makes the mat so stable. All right, so let me blow this mat up. First, you gotta connect it to the valve, and it's really tight and hard to get on, which is good because it's solid. It has a really secure snap that just really lets you know that it's on there solid, and it won't pop off very easily. So all you gotta do is blow air into the sack, and then push it down. All right, there we go. Now, like I said, it clicks on really, really tight. So it's actually really hard to get off. So you have to kind of pop it like that with your thumb. Give it a twist, and that way no more air can get in. And if for some reason this valve opens up, it'll still keep the air in. So let's take a look at this. Now this mat I have here is the size large. So it is 70 inches long, and it is 25 inches wide. And then they did an improvement from the last version, and that is, it is 3 inches tall. So that's a ½ inch taller than the previous version. Now this mat has what's called horizontal baffles. And what that is where the baffles go sideways like this, horizontal instead of vertical. Some people like it and some don't. I feel like with that extra ½ inch that they have on here, I don't hit the ground. It really made a big difference. It's now the same thickness as like the Nemo Tensor and a lot of the other mats at 3 inches. They have a triangular core matrix in it, so that where all these baffles are, there's a triangle pattern in there that holds the air in a certain way. And it does a couple things, but one of the things it does is it makes it so that when you move around on the mat, it doesn't feel like a balloon. It's not wobbly. It's very stable. The other thing that it does is it's part of their thermo capture technology. Now, basically what they have is they have films of insulation in here. And when I say insulation, it's kind of a reflective material that reflects heat. The nice thing about that is as your body heat goes down, it pushes it right back up to you. And when the cold comes up from the ground, it pushes it right back down to the cold. It's a great, very efficient thing, but it actually has a downside to it. And I'll show you what the downside is. I'll see if I can demonstrate this for you. That film sound is because as you crinkle and move the film, it actually makes a crinkling sound. Some people call it a potato chip-like sound, like a potato chip bag. Now, they have improved the sound on the Xtherm, but they stated themselves that it's not a significant improvement. It's just it's a small improvement. This mat with the design that they do has the highest warmth to weight ratio that I know of. Its R value is 7.3. That makes it so you can actually sleep on the snow and not have to layer it with other mats. I'm a side sleeper, and for me, having that 3-inch thickness is kind of a great place to be because I'm able to release a little bit of the air and make it a little softer so that it contours to all my body. And it makes it so it relieves all the pressure points and I still don't touch the ground, which I like. I don't want to touch the ground. That's why I have a mat. They make this mat in a couple different versions. One of the versions that they make it in is a rectangular one and mummy shaped mats. This one has actually been pretty good for me. And what it means by mummy shape is, so if you look here, the foot is narrower than the top is. And that saves weight, but some people feel like their legs fall off. And for me, it used to be an issue, but with these particular mats, my legs haven't been falling off and it works just fine for me. I don't regret having the mummy style one. It, like I said, shaves a little bit of weight, which is always good. So just so you know, if you want the rectangular one, they make one. It's called their Max. So it's the Xtherm NXT Max. One of the other things I like about Therm-A-Rest is they're really big on trying to make their products in the market that they sell them in. So wherever they can, they will actually put factories in there to make the products. Now, I live in the United States, specifically in Northern California, and Therm-A-Rest makes stuff up in Washington, which is really nice because it reduces the carbon footprint and it also employs people in that market. So I really like that about Therm-A-Rest. They care about the environment and they care about trying to produce a good quality mat. The other thing is they stand behind their products. Now I haven't had an issue with any of their mats in all my history with Therm-A-Rest, but I know that from listening to other testimonies that they've got good customer service, which is really nice. You know, that's just something to kind of think about if you're wanting to know if this mat is right for you. I absolutely would recommend this mat. So if you're looking for something for extreme cold weather, I don't know that you can really beat this and still have something that weighs in at 1 pound, 4 ounces. Now at the time of this filming, this mat is like $270. You know, maybe look for a sale or something, but it's brand new, just out on the market. I just got this one a couple weeks ago and I absolutely love it. I would not say this is my most comfortable mat, but if you could only have one mat, now that this is 3 inches thick and they've made some improvements on it, I don't see why you wouldn't pick this one as your one and only mat. I hope that helps you, and please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.